Welcome or welcome back. I'm Dr. Margaret. This episode contains a reference to suicidal thinking, and you'll find links to hotline resources in the video description. When I did interviews for my book on perfectly hidden depression, I asked a simple question to the 60 or more people that had volunteered their time to talk to me. And they risked incredible vulnerability to tell me how and why they'd become perfection-seeking people, how they'd fought to not reveal any pain. And they all said, I decided to talk with you because I don't want anybody else to be as lonely as I've been all my life. The loneliness has been horrible. There's not one person who really knows me. That was heartbreaking to hear. Yet ask someone who's in the middle of living a perfect seeming life whether they're lonely. They likely answer, what do you mean, lonely? Gosh, no. My life is so busy, I don't have time to be lonely. You give, the world receives, and you remain unknown, in denial about what your life could be or what you're missing. When you wake up in the morning, you're already thinking about what you need to get done that day, and you may have convinced yourself that that's okay or even noble. But you don't have real connection. You're missing being known. You're missing leaning on someone else. No one is nurturing you, and eventually that can leave you feeling very lonely, empty, and exhausted. But it doesn't have to stay this way. The following 3 realizations about the power of loneliness can make a true difference in your life. Here's the first. Consider yourself in the same light you consider others. Would you tell someone you care about that their feelings aren't important, or that it is better to shoulder immense responsibility alone without ever talking about the difficulty of it? When you stop and ask yourself these questions, the answer is clear. You would tell someone else that they need support and that you don't get water out of an empty jug. So look in the mirror and remind yourself that you deserve the same understanding, compassion, and love that you would want others to have. If you don't know how to begin this conversation, it's okay. You can start to be vulnerable slowly with a trusted friend or therapist. You can take small steps with easier conversations and work your way into more challenging ones. Here's the second realization. Be honest with yourself about the pressure you feel and how you're not handling it. Perhaps you're secretly drinking or taking Xanax. You may be restricting what you eat, over-exercising, or having panic attacks. So be as honest as you can be, realizing that your anxiety is likely rising, and that's what you're trying to escape. For example, you might get a promotion, but instead of being able to enjoy it for a minute, your destructive perfectionism will begin fearing that you'll look inadequate or that you won't be perfect from the get-go. So that means more alcohol, more hours at work, more Xanax, more hiding. It's like being on a treadmill, but you're not in control of its speed or incline, and you don't know how to get off. Number 3, realize the real danger of this pressure. Your loneliness could lead you to dark places. If you remember in an earlier episode, we talked about the feeling of intolerable pain and its relationship to suicidal thinking. But what makes pain more tolerable is sharing it. You can risk someone knowing who you really are and how you really feel. But you have to admit first that you are lonely and lost. Why? Because that loneliness and exhaustion can take you down a very dark path. You can try to push these thoughts away, but if things get too bad, you can start to rationalize that the struggle is too hard. Please do for you what you would do for others. You have the power to get off the treadmill. That power starts in admitting you need to ask for help, and then do it. Ask for help. Until next time, Please take very good care.